Hello, I'm Semily Sherry of Triple Moon, and my video this time is an invitation for you to join me in a meditation for Samhain. Samhain is a Celtic festival which we celebrate on October the 31st. It marked the Celtic New Year, so therefore had all the energy of new beginnings, and it was also the time when the veil between the worlds of spirit and matter, between this world and the other dimensions, was considered to be thin, and therefore it was easier to access spirit and your ancestors and the beings that inhabit the other realms. Now, it's made especially powerful this year because we also have a full moon on the same day. Not only that, it's a blue moon, it's the second full moon of the month, and those are rare and therefore they hold a special power in themselves. And added to that, we have other interesting astrological placements going on. So it seemed to me that this year, this Celtic New Year, on October the 31st, Samhain, it's an incredibly powerful time, a sort of culmination of everything that's been happening this year. So what I'd like to do is invite you to join me in setting an intention and then doing a meditation on that intention. So I'm not going to guide you, I'm just going to give you a sort of outline of what I'd like us all to do on Samhain. So the full moon, by the way, is in Taurus. Now that means it's very earthly. It's about our practical everyday lives. It's about the way we use resources in the world. It's all about a deep connection to the earth. And it's opposite Scorpio on the zodiac wheel. So that means birth, death, spiritual transformation, the unearthing of shadows to bring into the light. So add all that together, and for me, Samhain is going to be a very powerful time. With this full moon in Taurus, this earthly placement, so that's very much about the relationship that we have with the earth, which is, in my opinion, why everything is going the way it is right now. It's making us address our corrupt relationship with the earth. And there's a placement of Uranus too, which is bringing in innovations, new ideas, radical changes. Now that could mean unexpected happenings. It could mean absolutely out of the blue and very new energies. But the thing that I keep coming back to over recent months is that, new as that might be for us, a harmonious, peaceful and right relationship with the earth is something that we already know how to do. We did it before. We did it before, and we see evidence of it in the early Celtic age. So Bronze Age, and perhaps even before metals came in. But in the early Celtic age, we absolutely knew how to honour the earth, how to live in right relationship to her, how to only take what we needed, and how to work closely with the other world in order to maintain that universal balance and harmony. And so what I'd like to do in Samhain, which is a time to honour your ancestors and connect with the spirit world, is to have a meditation where we all connect with our indigenous ancestors who knew how to work with the earth in this way, who knew how to have the right relationship with it. And that was just natural. It was a way of living and a way of being for them. So for me here in Wales, it's my Celtic ancestry that I'm going to be tapping into. So what we can do is ask them for advice. We can ask them to show us how this looks on an everyday level. We can ask them to give us advice on how to manage our own lives to bring in this harmony and this peaceful, right relationship. And the way I want to invite you to do this is obviously in those ancient times, teaching and sharing of wisdom usually happened around a campfire. That was the way, I guess fire symbolises spirit in many ways, and it was also a sort of a marker of community, of coming together around the fire. And also I believe that as you gazed into that fire, it would activate your imagination and your inner eye, so that it immediately began to open to new ideas and to inspirations and imagination. But at this time, and for the energy we want to call in, I want to ask you that when you make your journey to that campfire to meet with your ancestors and to ask for that wisdom, you also intend and ask that that campfire be set by a body of water. Because water, the feminine aspect of birth and creation, and the divine feminine flow and gentle compassion and love, that is so necessary at this time to balance the fire. So all I would ask you to do is that on Samhain you set aside 20 minutes to half an hour. You can make a shamanic journey if that's the way you work, or you can just intend that in your imagination you visit the community of your ancestors with their wise healers, teachers and elders. You gather around the campfire with them by a body of water, which brings in the divine feminine and otherworldly energies, and you simply ask for their advice and guidance at this time. We're at a pivotal point, and we need to be making these changes right now, individually, and then allowing that to ripple out collectively, so that we can put right this rift between us and the earth, our sacred mother. And then I would absolutely love it if you shared any insights you have. You can email me through the website. You can find me on Facebook, message me there, or even leave comments below this video. But I believe if we all do that, and if we all put in a heartfelt plea to want to connect with that wisdom and to bring it forward again in a new way, because obviously we can't go back to how things were, but we can bring that knowledge and that understanding through and apply it in new and innovative ways to the world we have now, so that we can move forward in a more regenerative way for ourselves, our families, our communities and the planet. So having said that, I'm going to leave you now with much love and my blessings, and truly hoping that on this Samhain we can make that connection between all of us, so that we feel that we're doing something together. We're not on our own battling against the powers that be, and that we can truly help to create a vision that's going to carry us forward into 2021 to make those positive and practical changes. Many blessings to you until I see you again.